This one is for my tech heads. When you're looking for a performance PC, you will know that the more serious the machine is, the less integrated the system actually is. What do I mean? Well, lower tier computers will have one processor handling everything. By everything, I mean the computational tasks as well as the graphics stuff. When you start getting two processors dedicated to their individual tasks, that's when you know that your system means all the business. A powerful processor for the computational tasks like compiling code, and a separate powerful processor just for graphics for those running 3D software like architectures and 3D animators. The GPU side of things is where we see the difference between a powerful and a very powerful machine, with the two names to look out for being AMD Radeon and Nvidia GeForce. And it's been like this for the longest time. Intel made some great processors, AMD made some good enough processors until recently when they started making some pretty desirable ones, and Nvidia made the best GPUs, with AMD again making good enough GPUs as well. So you can bet I dropped everything when I heard that Intel is now making actual GPUs to take a straight fight at Nvidia and AMD. I mean, to be clear, Intel has been making GPUs for ultrabooks for quite a while now. You may have seen a laptop with a Core i5 or Core i7 sticker plus another one written Intel Xe graphics. That part right there was Intel's first attempt in its quest to make GPUs. The graphics performance of the Xe graphics in these laptops is a lot better than the Intel HD or Ultra HD graphics we were used to getting. In fact, it's comparable to Nvidia's more power efficient mobile series of GPUs, which are the MX series that they use in these same laptops. The names! They are calling them Intel Arc, and there are three versions: the Arc 3, the Arc 5, and the Arc 7. If you are paying attention to the nomenclature they are using, it pretty much is the same as their CPUs, and if that is so, there may be an all-conquering Arc 9. Maybe? So, the Arc 3 will be the entry-level card, with the Arc 7 being the most powerful, and there are two variants of the Arc 7, an A750 and an A770, with the A770 being more powerful than the A750, with an option of doubling the video memory from 8 gigs to 16. How does it perform with the biggest name in GPUs though? Nvidia. Seems to hold its own actually. The Arc 7 A750 ran some benchmarks against the GeForce RTX 3060, and it's consistently performing slightly better than the establishment. Looking at the frame rates in a selection of games that Intel themselves used as benchmarks, the A750 was pushing out about 12% more performance than the RTX 3060, just looking at in-game frame rates. The RTX 3060 is a solid card for gaming at Quad HD resolution with 120 FPS and quality settings on high, with ray tracing on, so on that side of user experience, Intel is definitely here to play. Where things get a bit interesting are power consumption. Performance gains that the A750 brings onto the table come with a hefty price to pay on power consumption. Nvidia quotes power consumption for the RTX 3060 at 170 watts, whilst Intel quotes the power draw of the A750 at 225 watts. So you're roughly getting a 12% boost in performance at the price of a 24% higher power consumption. And if we were to guess that the top tier A770 will have similar performance to the RTX 3070, the difference in power draw is a little bit more negligible, with Nvidia drawing 5 watts less than Intel. And across the range, Nvidia cards are coming with more VRAM than Intel cards. In the tests Intel performed, it seems like that's not really introducing any performance variation in gaming scenarios. The A750 Intel benchmarked had 8 gigs of onboard video memory versus 12 gig on Nvidia's RTX 3060. I suspect in memory-heavy applications like 3D rendering in architectural softwares or 3D animation, the extra VRAM will start showing a difference. So here is my thinking with Intel's GPUs. If the A750 is being benchmarked against the RTX 3060, a lower to mid-tier GPU, then the A770 should be similar in performance to the RTX 3070 or at least the RTX 3060 Ti, which is a mid-tier GPU. That then makes the A580 an RTX 3050 level card and the A380 a lower performer than the RTX 3050. So at least for the time being, Intel looks to be targeting low to mid-tier systems with their cards and offering more options for someone looking for a dedicated card for their system. AMD could be sweating right now because not only is their ray tracing not yet up to scratch with Nvidia, but also they recently decided to price their graphics cards higher than Nvidia. Speaking of pricing, the A380 seems to be the one that's available to the public right now for around $140 on Newegg. The rumors suggest that the A580 will go for around $280, the A750 for around $350, and the A770 for around $400, which is not too bad, isn't it? Oh, and there are some laptops that are already shipping with the mobile variant of Intel Arc GPUs, but all of them listed on Intel's websites are running either the 3050 or the 3070 variant of the card. What a time to be alive! Intel making competitive GPUs. Who would have guessed? Let me know what you think about this move, and will Intel overtake AMD? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.